So today we will talk about landmarks of human evolution. Okay, I already told you what evolution is. The three most significant development in the process of evolution that differentiates the human beings from other species are bipedalism, encephalization and language development. So what they are saying, the reason why we human beings are different from animals is because of three processes that happen. Okay, and that is bipedalism, encephalization and language development. Bipedalism, it refers to ability of a man to walk erect meaning to walk straight. We human beings have the ability to walk straight. If you see other animals, they walk on four legs. Okay, the ability to walk on two legs freed his hands and enable man to grasp and use the tools. So what they are saying, we walk straight, our hands are free. Okay, we don't depend on our hands to walk, and through our hands we grasp tools. Grasp એટલે hold tools, hold instruments, and we use our hands a lot. That is something which makes us human beings different from animals. Animals don't have hands. Okay, even if you look at monkey, they can't walk straight. They walk on four legs. Okay. Hence, human beings are now better equipped to explore and thereby new discoveries and plunge into new ventures. So, reason that the human beings can walk straight, the reason that human beings can use their hands is the reason why human beings are so developed, and that they have ability to discover new things. Next is encephalization. This refers to increase in the size of the brain and its proportion of specialized brain tissues. So as we grow, our brain also grows, but it only grows up to the age of 16 years. Okay, so it's the ability of our brain to grow. It's the ability of our brain tissues which are there inside our brain to grow. The ratio of brain weight to body weight is 3 to 4 times that of apes. So what they are saying, the weight of our brain and the weight of our body is 3 to 4 times more than that of apes. Apes એટલે monkeys and chimpanzees. So our brain is much heavier than that of a chimpanzee and apes. Okay. Apart from the increase in the brain weight, the proportion of specialized brain tissues are also increased. So what they are saying, that it's not just the weight of the brain that is increasing, but the tissues for doing specific work are also developing in our brain. Our brain is, there are various activities done in our brain. Okay, the reason why we walk, we talk, we listen, we eat food, we want to go to the bathroom, all these things are told to us by our brain. So these activities is something which our brain tissues tells us. Okay. This resulted in increased capacity of complex thinking, reasoning, remembering and problem solving. Now because we have brain tissues and because our brain tissues are constantly developing, we are engaged into logical thinking, we are engaged into thinking, we are engaged into memory, okay, processing and all those things, problem solving, which gives us higher cognitive processes. So because of this, our cognitive processes એટલે brain processes. So all these are our brain processes which is not found in which are not found in animals. Okay. Next is language development, something which totally makes us different from animals. Okay, totally. The third important evolutionary milestone is the evidence of language. Only we can use language. Animals don't use language. It has enabled human beings to interact effectively with other human beings. Because we have language, we are able to communicate with other human beings in a proper manner. Okay, it is the pillar of cultural development. The reason our culture has developed is because of the development of language, and it is an effective tool of communication. It's through which we talk. Okay, so this was the landmark of human evolution, and now moving on, we'll talk about genes and behavior. A child at birth possesses a unique combination of genes from both the parents. So when a child is born, okay, we have the combination of both our parents. Our parents, that is our mother and father, gives us certain genes that we are born with. This biological inheritance provides a distinct biological blueprint and timetable for later development of the individual. These genes determine how you will develop in your early years, in your next years. Okay, like because science and technology has developed so much કે હવે લોકો છે ને પોતાની મરજીથી જીન્સ ચૂઝ કરે અને બેબીઝ પ્રોડ્યુસ કરે. કેન યુ ઇમેજિન લાઈક પેરેન્ટ્સ ડિસાઇડ કે હું મારા સાઇડથી કલર ઓફ ધી આઈ આપીશ, તું તારી સાઇડથી હેર સ્ટ્રક્ચર આપજે, અને પછી એ લોકો આર્ટિફિશિયલી એવી રીતના બેબી ક્રિએટ કરે પોતાના જીન્સ ચૂઝ કરીને. ઓકે, સો દેટ દે કેન હેવ અ perfect baby. Okay, so it is actually true, huh? Okay, there are people like that who do it so that their babies are perfect. Okay, so that is really stupid. Okay, you shouldn't do that. But yeah, there are science has developed so much કે હવે એવું લોકો કરે છે. Okay, it's shocking. So what they're trying to tell you is that these genes, they determine your future development, how in future you are going to develop, how intelligent you are going to be, what behavior you will have. These genes determine that. That is why sometimes, you know, people say, oh, you look like your mom, you look like your dad, or your behavior is like your dad, you know, your nature is like your mom. It's because of these genes. Okay, the study of inheritance of physical and psychological characteristics from ancestors is referred as genetics. So when you study the things or the inheritance which you get from your parents to you, okay, physical features, psychological features is something which is called as genetics. Okay, any physical features, any psychological characteristics or genes which you get from your parents is called as genetics. The child begins the life at a fertilized cell of conception. So how is a child formed? When the sperm meets ova. That is how a child is formed. That is how a child develops. That is called the process of conception. This fertilized cell, which is composed of 23 chromosomes from mother and 23 chromosomes from father, develops in mother's reproductive system. So mother's reproductive system, which is there in your body, okay, that is your uterus, which your stomach is there. Any other, you get 23 chromosomes from father and 23 chromosomes from mother. That is how a baby's genetics are developed. On every chromosome there is series of minute molecules which are called as genes. So on these chromosomes you have tiny molecules which are the molecules એટલે નાનો cells જેવા હોય which are your genes. These genes are carriers of physical and mental characteristics of the child. So these genes determine your physical characteristics, and these genes determine your psychological or your behavioral characteristics. Okay. So next we are going to talk about is chromosomes. Most of the cells in our body contains 23 pairs of chromosomes. So all of us have 23 pairs of chromosomes, which makes this total of 46 chromosomes. 23 from your father, 23 from your mother. So that is how it is total of 46 chromosomes. Okay, 23 pairs. If observed through microscope, each of these 46 chromosomes or 23 pairs looks like a long stranded of beads. Okay, જેમ beads હોય ને આવી રીતના, I'll send you a picture. એવી beads જેવા દેખાય if you look it under through a microscope. These 46 chromosomes are composed chiefly of a substance called DNA. So these chromosomes have something called as DNA. That is why they do a DNA test also to know whether the child is yours or not. Okay, कोई DNA test करे to know कि this child belongs to this father or not. Okay, so all these chromosomes have something called as DNA. Okay, by composition DNA is an acid. So this DNA is actually an acid which is there on these chromosomes. It is a nucleic acid because it is found chiefly in the nucleus of the cell genes. So this is basically a nucleus acid. Why is it called a nucleus acid? Because every gene which is there has a nucleus, and inside this nucleus there is this DNA which is found, the acid is found. That is why it is also called as nucleus acid. The nucleic acid, because of its found chiefly in nucleus of the cell. Genes are composed chiefly of DNA molecules. So these genes are made up of these molecules of the DNA. DNA contains instructions for production of proteins, These proteins regulate the body's physiological process and expression of phenotype traits like body build, physical strength, intelligence, and other behavioral traits. So what they are trying to say is that this DNA has instructions. This DNA produces something which are called as proteins. Okay, this DNA produces proteins, and these proteins lead to your physiological process. Physiological process એટલે તમારું physical body કેવી રીતના develop થાય છે, that is something these proteins make sure. That is your physical strength, your muscular strength, your intelligence, your behavior, all these are regulated by these proteins. Okay, so I'll repeat this part again. Okay, every chromosomes which are there have tiny things called as genes. These chromosomes you get it from your parents, 23 from father, 23 from your mother. That is in total 46 chromosomes, 23 pairs of chromosomes. These chromosomes have something called as genes on it. Okay, if you look at the chromosome, it looks like a bead. And there is something called as DNA in this chromosome. This DNA is basically an acid, and this DNA is a nucleic acid. Where is this DNA located? In the cell of the gene. Inside the cell of this gene, you will find the DNA. Okay, and this DNA produces protein. This protein determines various characteristics formation in you. That is your physical strength, your muscular strength, your intelligence, your capabilities, your abilities. All these things are determined by the protein that is released by your DNA. As stated, most of the cells in our body contain 23 pairs of chromosomes, but reproductive cells are exceptional. So they are saying that in our body we have 23 pairs of chromosomes, but reproductive cells which are produced at a different level. Okay, the reproductive cells of human male and female contain only 23 single and not 23 pair. So the reproductive cells which are there in your body, reproductive cells meaning those cells which determine your reproduction process. Okay, you know, every month you release an egg, right, and that egg is bursted and you get your periods. So that are your reproductive cells. Okay, so all these reproductive cells which are there in your body have different structure. It is not as same as the chromosomes above. They are only 23 single. They are not in pair. Okay, your reproductive cells, your reproductive chromosomes are not in pairs, but they are 23 single. At the moment of conception, the organism inherits 46 chromosomes from parents, 23 from mother and 23 from father. Each of these chromosomes contain thousands of genes. However, the sperm cell, that is father, differs from the egg, mother, in one very important aspect. The 23rd chromosome of the sperm cell can either be large X type or 1/3 type Y type. So what they are trying to tell you is that you inherited or you get 23 chromosomes from your father and 23 chromosomes from your mother. But all the genes structure will be the same except the last one. Okay, over there, if you are, let's say, the father carries something called as X chromosome. Okay, father's chromosome will always be X. Okay, let's say कि mother ની body માં अगर X chromosome છે तो XX बनसे, which will be a wait. Okay, so XX बनसे which will be a female. And if let's say the mother has Y inside, okay, the last pair is Y, तो father थी X આવશે અને mother ની અંદર અગર Y હશે તો it will be a male, that is XY. Whereas the 23 chromosome of the X cell is always the large X type. If the X type sperm fertilizes the X cell, the fertilized egg will have XX, that is the child will be a female. On the other hand, if Y type of fertilized egg, then the 23rd chromosome will be XY, resulting in the child being the male. This shows that the sex of the child depends entirely on the father's chromosome of the sperm cell. Sorry, I made a mistake. Please listen again. Okay. So what happens is the father carries either X or Y chromosome. Okay, and mother always has X inside. Okay, mother ka is always X. If the father is carrying X sperm, then the child will be XX, that is a girl. But let's say if the father is carrying the Y sperm, then it will be XY and it will be a boy. That is why the gender of the child, whether the child is a boy or child is a girl, depends entirely on father. If the father ka sperm is XX, then it will be a girl, and if it is an XY, it will be a boy. So I'll repeat this portion again. So what they are trying to tell you is that in your body you have chromosomes, 23 from father, 23 from mother, that is total of 46. However, your reproductive cells which are there in your body are 23 single, they are not in pair. Okay, remember, reproductive cells are not in pair, they are 23 single. Okay, now what happens is that the mother always has the X chromosome in the body, always. The father's sperm cell which is there either carries X chromosome or either carries Y chromosome. If the father's sperm cell is carrying X chromosome, then it will engage with the mother which already has X, and XX, a girl will be formed. If the father's sperm cell is carrying Y chromosome, then it will be XY and a boy will be formed. So this is how the chromosomes are. Moving on, we'll talk about